Indian woman with the sexiest appeal on the screen. Known for her vivacious and powerful acting skills, this lady is both bold and beautiful. The viewers, can you hold your breath for the very beautiful Bipasha Basu. Hi Bipasha. Thank you for your time. I'm Rajesh from In This Age.
Hi Rajesh.
Bipasha, you're known for your bold acting skills, smoky eyes, and being one of the hottest dusky women in the industry. You have been bold and beautiful whenever we have seen on the screen. What would you like to say on that?
Well, I really can't comment on the personality that I am because this is the way I am. Right from my very first beginning, I was called the unconventional actress, because I was a model before I became an actor, and I was lanky, and I was always, tanning myself a lot. So I used to be pretty much even, duskier before. So yeah, it started off without any thought. I just got an offer, I did a film, and I was accepted in Ajnabi and called unconventional. Then I pretty much, all the choices that I've made in terms of choosing my films, I wanted to not be the regular girl that is depicted always on Indian cinema. And I always wanted to, do a role which is going to excite me. It's something far away from the real me. That's why there were a lot of unconventional and bold choices for the world. But for me, they were very natural because I feel like I should, when I'm on screen, I should try and be somebody who I'm not in real life. That would be acting, and that would be a challenge. And that's how I've, chosen my roles.
You're one actress who challenged yourself without inhibition at a time when the industry was not open, or to say, not broad-minded, which is why Bipasha is called bold. Your comments?
Well, yes, I do remember the time I opted for the film called Jism. I had already done a lot of films, and I was very highly sought after actress at that point of time. And when I decided to do Jism, there were so many people, including my manager then, who came and told me, Bipasha, it's not a good idea, it's about an Indian, it's an Indian film, it's an Indian heroine's perception, and you are trying to play this really dark role of a very manipulative, a woman who uses, her sexual prowess to control men. It's not going to, work. But, internationally I've seen so many films like Basic Instincts, and there's so many and very powerful actresses, and I've enjoyed watching them. So I just never understood the double standard that existed at that point of time in our business. And I really didn't listen to anybody, and I still did the film. And thankfully I did a film like Jism, which was a very powerful role for the girl. And what happened post that, there was suddenly, all actresses were happy to be bold. The term bold was used in a little bit of a mixed up way, but, then there was like no particular pattern that an actress had to follow. So I think I did pretty well for myself and for the rest of the people who followed.
You started a new trend, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess, the woman has to be multifaceted, and that's what needs to be shown on screen in India too. There's not only one kind of a woman. So, that's why the depiction, and according to the narrative, you need to play different characters.
Today, the film industry has changed many folds. How do you look at it?
Well, it's amazing. It's still, it's there are beautiful gems that are made every year nowadays, and they are highly supported. Great films, films on sport, films on all kinds of cinema is being made and encouraged. So it's amazing, but we do have our, the heart of the films that are, the action, the masala, the dancing. That definitely exists in a bigger way. But then there are also different kinds of films that are being made all the time. So there is a good mix now.
There's a new trend of having a woman-centric movies which are doing pretty well these days.
Well, I have to say this woman-centric thing started pretty long back. It's just that every year comes with that one good film, which is spearheaded by one actress, and people are like, oh, now is the trend for women-centric films. But I think they have been happening on and off for quite some time. A woman-centric film would be Jism for me. A woman-centric film would be A Corporate for me. So there are films that, even... but I would say still now, the scope for women is getting better and better. Like the kind of films that are being written are meatier and better.
As an artist, you have to be prepared for both appreciation and criticism.
Yes.
How do you take in this stride?
Well, I always concern myself with the 50% that love me. The 50% who don't love me don't matter. They don't matter to me.
That's a very good. Bipasha, you are a beautifully married woman today. From Bipasha Basu, you have become Bipasha Basu Singh Grover.
Yeah.
How do you think life has changed after marriage?
No, I think I'm truly blessed because I never really thought that I'll get married ever. But when it happened, it was like magic. And I really have to say it's been a wonderful companionship that I share with my husband. And I very rarely call him husband. I still call him boyfriend. This is the first time I've called him husband. My mother screams at me still. Yeah, so we keep it very light. We keep it as a very normal relationship. Like everyone who sees us, they say, you know, you guys are like a bunch of kids and you guys are like best friends. And that's the way we are. We don't put the responsibilities and the seriousness of the so-called marriage institution. We don't like take the burden very strongly. You know, we love each other. We are great companions to each other. And I think that's the kind of relationship that lasts. So I'm very happy to be in something which is not so burdened all the time with the tag of being married.
You're married, your marriage is all, I think April is the first year.
Yes.
What are your plans? What are your plans?
Well, the first time we got married, it all had to be very traditional because of my mother. But there is something that, you know, is in both my and Karan's mind that we wanted to do it on a beach, you know, just do the vows and do a very pretty beach party, a all-white beach party. Maybe for the anniversary we'll do that.
These days we are not seeing many films from Bipasha, and we desperately wait for it. What is the reason of doing so many less films these days?
Well, firstly, I really have to say the choices that I made in the last couple of years, I, you know, invariably picked up a lot of horror films, supernatural films, which were very interesting films, great characters, exciting for me. But what happened is there was a kind of, this business stereotypes you very strongly, very fast, no matter how much body of work you have. I have 15 years of experience, all kinds of cinema, comedy, action, glamorous, serious, intense drama. I've done all of it. But what people remember, they're very short-lived memory of that, you know, that term. So what was coming to me in like, I can't tell you, like zillions of supernatural films are coming to me and I don't want to do any more. You know, I really want to put an end to them so that, you know, I can start and do something more interesting, which I'm looking for. I do not just want to dance in a film. I want to do more than that. So those are the films which I'm really not looking at this point of time. Maybe sometime later I will do it. Also the fact that I got married, it kept me very busy 1 year. And now hopefully something interesting, a comedy and a very intense film soon.
Bipasha, your fans in Australia are waiting for you to see you perform, to see the Latka Jhatkas and your dialogue, the way you do it. Do you want to say any dialogue of your film?
No, I want them to go back and revisit all my films for all the dialogues because right now I'm being Bipasha Basu the person and I'm having a chat with you. I'm very excited to perform in Australia. It's the first time I'm going to be doing that. And that's amazing because, you know, I have performed all around the world, but not Australia. And my first ever world tour, when I actually started off in the business, was with Salman. And it's like a complete circle, you know, going after such a long for a world tour with Salman. It's going to be exciting.
What can the viewers or your fans in Australia can expect from Bipasha? Is there something exceptionally good going to happen? Because they are waiting desperately for you to perform those dances which you do.
Yes. Yes, I have a lot of hit numbers. I have always been blessed with great songs, dancing songs, love songs. I definitely am going to perform on my chart busters for sure. And then there's a lot of surprise. You have to wait and see. We are going to, you know, do the best. I think each one of us, we are going to put our best foot forward and entertain Australia.
Will you interact with the fans there?
Yes, absolutely.
Because it will be pretty secure. Even if you go down there, you have enough security.
We definitely will work that out, what we are going to do exactly, but for sure.
You have already answered, but I'll just ask once more. You will be coming to Australia for the Dabang Tour with Salman Khan and other artists. What is your feeling? You've already told. But
yes. So it's like, as I said, that time, you know, I'm talking about 2003, when I began almost, you know, that's the time I went for a tour with Salman. and it's 2017. So that girl was an extremely shy, very scared of dancing, that kind of a girl. And then over the years, I became Bipasha Basu, who's loved by everybody. And I'm a much more confident person in terms of on stage. I still get my butterflies, I can't lie. No matter how many shows you do, you still have that, you know, anxiety and anxiousness before a show. But yeah, I'm definitely now in full form and ready to entertain Australia.
Anything you want to say to the fans of Australia?
Well, be there for the show, guys. It's going to be fun, and we want a packed stadium so that we can entertain you guys.
Last question for you. Last but not the least, you are the Bollywood diva. What is the secret behind your beauty?
I would say genetics. My mother and father, I think they made good babies. I'm a happy person. I take life very easy. I don't, like I said, my formula in life is not to burden anything, not to burden yourself with much. Work is very important for me. At the same time, living is very important to me. So I kind of keep a balance. So I have a lot of me time. And yeah, I guess that's what makes me happy and whatever people think I am.
Thank you, Bipasha.
Thank you.
And I have to tell viewers, the Dabang show is happening on Saturday, 22nd of April in Sydney, and in Melbourne on 23rd. The Sydney show is being hosted by Cinestar Events in association with Chocolate Room. In Melbourne, it is happening with Sizzling Productions and RK Developments. Thank you very much, Bipasha.
Thank you.
And looking forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.